Hello, everybody. This is Umitencho, whatever you want to call me. Today we are doing five more characters from Ronin Warriors. Today we're doing the Dynasty Soldier and the armored forms of Anubis, Kale, Sekhmet, and Dais. I had an okay week. My garden was under attack. For the last week or so, I was trying to figure out why was the leaves on my pea plants, why were they just like disappearing, being washed away. So I thought that I had a pest problem. Um, Initially, I thought it was like some kind of white bug because when I looked on the leaves, they were just weird white bugs. So I got those removed, and then later in the day, when I came out, I saw the real culprit of the leaf missing issue, munching issue, and it was a caterpillar. So I ended up losing all but two plants. I think that's like out of five or six plants, maybe seven. I think it was five. But I lost all the other plants. No, I think it was four plants I lost. But yeah, I lost four plants, and I ended up putting down seed, maybe about 10 more seeds. Right as of right now, I want to say I got five plants growing back. Three of the seeds have popped up. So I'm going to be making recovery plus, a little bit more. So, but the real star of the garden is my cucumber. When I last measured it, it was like just under 2 feet. And this week it has the least of the biggest, the tallest most plant has to be above 2 feet right now. So I gotta go get it. I gotta find a makeshift trellis because I can't afford to buy a trellis. I got like 23 cents in my account, but I gotta find a larger stick because according to the variety of cucumber that I'm growing, which are the muncher, I believe, they can grow up to 5 feet. So I need to find a way to make up for the potential 3 additional feet that I'm going to be dealing with in the future. Yeah. The lettuce are growing. Well, they've haven't put out as many leaves. The leaves that are growing, they are just getting bigger and more crinkly. I've thinned that down to 3 plants, and then I just kill anything that pops up. Doing in my shading here. Sorry for the change of subject. Just noting the shading. I also noticed that the arms on the mook is like huge in the reference photo. I'm just like, he is not skipping biceps when he works out. But yeah, the lettuce, they're just getting bigger and crinkly, more crinkly, which is fine with me. The onions are getting longer. They need to start thickening up because they're getting taller, but because they're not thick at the base, they're just falling over. They're just getting longer and falling over. So this one right here ended up being my favorite of the batch. I believe this one is Anubis with his armor form. I am really happy how this one will end up turning out. The berries have not sent out sprouts yet, but according to what I read and according to the packages, I got basically they're going to sprout this week or they're going to sprout within 2 more weeks. I put down extra seed just in case the initial seeds got eaten by a pest unknown because I did not treat my dirt, my soil, when I came back and planted more stuff. So I don't know what's living in that soil. I was, initially thinking about getting some neem oil, but when I saw the plants just like grow even faster than the previous generation, I was just like, I don't know, if I wanted to disturb the microbial balance of the soil because they're just loving it this time around. But I'm definitely gonna get, now that I saw caterpillars and these are white bugs, I'm definitely gonna get neem oil or try to find like an insecticidal soap or something of that nature. Yeah, I really love how this turned out. Down here I'm darkening the dark parts. One of the changes I made to how I shade is I'll do like the darkest parts first, because when you're not using a black color pencil, when it comes to a regular pencil, it's all about pressure, and you don't want to do the black at the end and then you just tire your hand all out, and then now it's looking less like black and just more like a dark gray when it's clear that it's black or it's the darkest color in the reference photo. In this case, it's actually black. And the little pin things are yellow, which is why yellow, and then, yeah. But yeah, the berries haven't sprouted yet, but like I said, they're supposed to sprout this week or next week, provided I've been taking care of them properly. I should be seeing some sprouts in between by the end of the month. So we'll see. If not, I put down more seed. In that case, I'll be seeing some sprouts next month in October. The tomato has grown fast, bigger than the previous generation. And when I initially bought it, when I did my first tomato plant, rather than going from seed, I had, went for a already plant, already grown to a certain point. You know how you go to the store and it's like, let's get a starter plant. So that's what I worked with initially, and it has grown above where I started. So I'm at the start of last generation's tomato plant. So I gotta get a trellis for that as well, because I moved that trellis and I sent it over to the cucumber, because they were just blowing up. Like, this is like the biggest I've ever gotten to the cucumbers. With the previous generation, they were just, I don't know what was going on, but they were just slow, very slow. Now I'm dealing with, they just put just like every other day, I'm seeing like a new vine just be, I call them vines, but they're more like feelers. They're little green vine-like things that they whip around, and then they use it for support, so that when the cucumber itself comes out, they don't just fall completely over. They can actually deal with the weight of the cucumbers, and they put out more than one cucumber, so they really got to make sure that they can handle it. So those connector points must be the points between the stem and the I'm gonna call them the whips, or must be very strong though, that they don't get ripped out. But yeah, they're putting out whips, so that tells me that they're really getting ready to put out. They're putting out a lot of whips per plant, probably like 3-4. It's like maybe 2 to 3 maybe for every foot. I'll have to go back and count. The funny thing with this particular this particular drawing, is I feel like I made the nose too long, and his armor helmet, his headpiece, it reminds me of Jester's. Like, he's got a metallic Jester hat, even though it's like one solid color. Just the horns on it are weird. I want to say this is Kale that I'm drawing his armor form. He gave me trouble last week because I should have used a different reference photo, but you can only do so much. When it's newer anime, it's like easier to get reference photos off, because people tend to make wikis, and then those wikis are upkept, and then those wikis have galleries, and it's like, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. But that being said, I really like the mouth. I really like how the mouthpiece turned out, though. It's got little fangs and whatnot. But yeah, my garden is just this second generation garden. I really love it so far, even though the berries haven't sprouted. I know last time I used strawberry plant. I used a starter plant for strawberry. People tend to do that because it usually takes like a year of growing, and then after a year of growing, it will put out some fruit. So I'm pretty much starting from scratch. So that tells me at least that this is a slow growing plant. So I'm not really upset about not seeing sprouts from that. And then I already know that goji berry is a slow grower as well, because it took me a while to get that one to sprout. Kind of sad that it died. I was waiting so hard. I wanted so much for that one to finally sprout. But if I did it once, I can do it again. I really like the armor, how I did the segment pieces for the armor though. For the helmet around the neck. I really like that. I feel like I made the left eye too big. And then I believe this is Sekhmet. I guess I'll find out when I see the name again, or when I watch the show. I'll see how the dub pronounces it. I think they're trying to go with more like, I want to say Egyptian names. Anubis is obvious. I think Anubis and Sekhmet are obvious Egypt references, but I don't think Cale or Dais are. I may be wrong. I don't know. I'll have to look and see if Dais or Kale have any meaning within the Egyptian language. Ancient Egyptian language, as far as we currently know within our collective knowledge of Egyptian archaeology. But yeah, I had a week, so hopefully your week have been more interesting than mine. Oh, fun fact, the little fingers, the little side things on the finger you see there, that's actually the blade, that's the handle. It's just in the reference they're yellow, and then of course The finger's a different color. I think he's the one that has like multiple swords. I think he's like 6 or 8 swords or something like that. I may be wrong. I really like it. Kind of think of it. This is probably the best hand that I've done so far among the Ronin Warriors characters. Maybe just overall of all my drawings. I really love how that hand turned out with this one here. And then of course he has his other sword. That's why I think he's a multiple sword user. And then what I also like is that I didn't have to worry about pupils in this reference drawing, because in the reference drawing his eyes are glowing pink or purple or magenta. I think it's more pink more than anything, like a hot pink eye glow. So it's like, you know, for black and white, I'm not going to color it in. I'm just going to leave it white, you know, just to show, just to represent. Obviously, I have to actually do something if I ever decide to do color. But then again, I may not come back and do these characters again, you know, unless the OVA has them in it and I decide to cover the OVA, which is probably like maybe a 50-50 chance. I don't know, because I'm sure that by the time I'm done, I am going to want to move on to a different series. Oh, and the Ronin Warriors drawing should be done by Let's Draw 19. I think I have 3 more to go. I don't exactly have 15 more to go. I think it's 14, because in the last one I'll be drawing Cale and get back to my doing my Pokedex and whatnot, which we'll start with, I believe, Cale, because I think he comes right after Charizard in the Pokedex. So we'll see. We'll see how things turn out. Ooh, I really love the shading. Looking at it from here, I really like the shading on the hand. I really like the hand. This is Sekhmet. Yeah, Sekhmet and Anubis are my favorites so far of the drawing so far. Yeah. And I think I am darkening the lines on this one. Oh, I just love darkening the lines. I just feel like when it comes to the color, not color, I mean with pencil drawings, I feel like just darkening your lines, reinforcing it, is what I like to call it. They just really make your drawing pop. They make the features pop. And I believe this is Dice that I'm drawing with this one. Got his mouth covered, of course, which is smart. You want to talk, you don't want nobody shooting nothing at your mouth while you're trying to gloat and all that other stuff. I like his horns at all. I mean, I like his horns as well on his helmet. His and Sekhmet are my favorite horn designs. I don't know what's going on with Kale's. I don't know why he has to be extra with those gesture-like horns. It's like I'm expecting him to like tell me a joke, not come and like conquer the world or anything like that, or do anything evil. I really like how the little palm, the little extensions on the shoulders. I really like how I've been doing those lately. Course. Oh yeah, my new technique is, I think I already said it, I'm just doing the darker first and the lighter. Yeah, I really like it. It allows me to focus. And I think it helps me compensate, you know, not try your hand out. You can lighten the load, lighten the pressure with your hand on the pencil as you get to more and more layers. Alright, I think I extended that out. I feel like I've done better on the scaling on this time around as well. Obviously, some of the stuff didn't make it into, but I feel like I'm getting better on that. I don't like it when I miss features on the reference. I want to get it all of it. There we go. Get the initial shading. I forgot what color his stuff is. It might be purple. I'm probably wrong. I think he's the purple guy though. He's using the sickles. I wonder what his. It might be chain and sickle. Huh? It reminds me of that Yu-Gi-Oh trap card that Joey used to use. And there's my dice. So thank you everybody who came by and watched my video. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I have video gaming content on the Umitencho channel, spelled U-M-I-T-E-N-C-H-O. Thank you and see you later. Bye.